Hey, konnichiwa. Watashi no namae wa Aisha. Okay, and this is my video on basically how to get to Japan. Now, number one, CV. Yeah, get that CV up to date and ensure that there's no gaps on your CV and tailor your CV to teaching. Yeah, and do that. That should take you a day or two. And make sure there's no spelling mistakes. Check it over and very thoroughly. Okay, once you've got your CV up to date, then look at various ways to applying for jobs. Now, you can Google jobs, or you can look for programs in Japan that take on people in the UK to teach abroad. Now, if you go for a program, there might be a whole application that you need to fill out beforehand, and you just have to fill it out. And also other things, if you apply directly to schools, send your CV. But one thing for applying in general to schools or to a program is you need certain things like photos. You need your CV tailored, and sometimes it's good to have a brief introduction on why you want to teach abroad as well. And in fact, a lot of programs and private schools, they ask for that because they're recruiting you from abroad and they want to know really why do you want to come. So they're the kind of key things to do before really applying, is having your CV up to date and tailored with no gaps, having professional photos done, and make sure the photos are professional, just like a passport photo, but you're able to smile. Or you might want to do photos that make you look genki, which is kind of like full of energy and teacher like. So you might want to smile, you want to do a certain pose. I think on one of mine I wore a Santa Claus hat because it was near Christmas. I had a photo of me jumping in the air, and I had professional photos as well, close-ups and a body shot. I think the kind of standard is to have like a close-up and a body shot, definitely. Just make sure your hair's alright, your appearance is smart. And so once you've got that kind of CV pack, then start applying to the jobs and the application forms. You've applied to an application form, you might be required to have a Skype interview over the phone if it's a private school, or you might be required to go to a seminar even. So if you go to a seminar, the kind of standard is written tests, interview, and teacher lesson as well. And it has to be done. Prepare yourself and do it. Once you've done that, if you got accepted on a program, great. If you don't, keep trying. So let's just say you got accepted on a program, they will send you out various documentations. They will want your copy of your degree. To teach abroad, generally, especially in places like Japan and Korea and so forth, you need a degree. So if you haven't got a degree, there might be ways you can do it, such as getting a TEFL certificate. But it will be harder, and you'll probably have to work 2-3 times as harder than someone with a degree. So go to uni or get a TEFL, so that might take you a bit longer. But once you've basically, let's just say, okay, you've been offered a job, okay, they'll send you the application for a certificate of eligibility, and you have to complete this. Now, pay attention to detail with this form, because if there's any errors, like a slight error, it will delay your application, and it can take in a standard 8 to 12 weeks to get done. Mine took 12 weeks, especially for applying during March, April time, when or January time, when a lot of applications going through, it takes longer. So okay, so apply for your certificate of eligibility. Probably a month after, to keep that time, that 3 months kind of going, try and go to your travel nurse and say you're looking to go to Japan, and basically when, and get your vaccinations done. Yeah. Once you've got your vaccinations done, things like Japanese encephalitis, if you're teaching in a rural area, you might want to get this done. Chances of getting it is rare, but if you do get it, it's serious. So I would recommend getting it done, but it's up to you. So many people go out there and don't have it done, but prevention better than cure. If you plan on driving, are you? If you're planning on driving, get a driving permit. If you have a driving license, it will also increase your employability chances as well if you have a driving license. And it's not expensive. Why not get it done? Things to bring to Japan: pack your suitcase. If you've got big feet, generally I've read, I don't know if it's true, but I've read that if you have a size above size 6, you might struggle to get shoes as a woman in Japan. Men, again, if you're like probably size 11 or 12, you might struggle to find shoes. There'll be shoes, but if you're not in like Tokyo or places where you have big shopping malls, you might not find it. So save yourself the inconvenience and try and bring them from here. Okay, and generally that's it. Tips: you have to be patient. It can take, from once you've decided that you want to go, and even from once you've got your CV, your application form, and your photos there, and you're kind of ready, it can take 6 months from that point, and that's being kind of realistic. I mean, it can take you quicker if you can go to Japan directly, or if your programs, needs to get you out there in a hurry, it can take quicker. If you find a private school, again, it can take quicker. But one thing I wouldn't recommend doing is going over there not having a visa. Some private schools will say to you, come over there and we'll apply for your visa while you're working for us. It's illegal to do that, for one, and that's not a good start. Secondly, if things don't work out with your employer when doing that, you're stranded in Japan. They probably will pay you, but they might pay you late, and probably won't even pay you, and you will have no visa, you won't be able to apply for other jobs, and you're leaving yourself in an awkward situation. So it's best to really try and do it from the UK. I was really considering to go over there. I'm glad I did it this way, to be honest, because you have to spend money, and especially if you don't know anyone out there, it's harder. So I would recommend definitely doing that. And I said, do it things properly as well. Don't try and take shortcuts, because I think it will cost you in the long run. And when you go privately to schools, there are cases where employers will take advantage as well. So, go through a program. Also, health insurance and stuff, look into that. Make sure you get the right health insurance. There are various programs and stuff, so do that. And again, if you go through a program, they will tell you what health insurance to go through. They'll help you find accommodation. They will help you get a car if you need a car. And, they'll do the communication with the school initially. Try and do things that way. All right? Any questions? Put your questions down there and I'll try and reply back. Okay, take care.